ladies and gentlemen, the time has finally come to get into the playoffs of the Streamer League. I appreciate you guys all bearing with us as we learn and work out the kinks of Season 1. There were some good things about it, and there's some things that we can learn from and adjust and make better in Season 2. And when the playoffs are over, I will get into a little bit more about how Season 2 is going to work, and I hope you will all join me for that because I think it will be really exciting and a lot of fun and much better. I think we learned a lot from Season 1, and I think Season 2 is going to turn out really great. But we're not there yet. We still got to finish off the playoffs and crown a Season 1 champion. So with that being said, let's get into the teams that made it into the playoffs, and it's going to be the top 8 teams that made it into the playoffs, and they are as followed. In number 1, we have Bang Brigade with a record of 10-1. In second place, Orthrus Esports with a record of 8-3. In third place, the Juggernauts, 8-3. And fourth place, Plat Boys, also 8-3. All three of the teams, Orthrus, Juggernauts, and Plat Boys, all had an 8-3, but Orthrus wins on the head-to-head. They beat both of those teams head-to-head, and Jugs beat Plat Boys head-to-head. So those guys are 8-3. The Suns will be your fifth place team with 7-4, and GTS will be your sixth place at 5-6. Trolls are at 5-6. I gave GTS the nod here just because the Trolls, all but one of those victories came from forfeits, so I gave the sixth place to GTS. And eighth place, rounding out the bottom spot in our top 8, is Strive Esports at 4-7. So the way this is going to work is we're going to have a tournament format, double elimination, and your playoff brackets are going to look like this. So game 1 is going to be your first place team, Bang Brigade, versus your 8th place team. And that is going to be Bang Brigade versus Strive Esports, which looks like I spelled Strive Esports incorrectly. I apologize about that. That will be corrected when the playoffs begin. Your second game of the tournament will be Plat Boys versus the Suns. By the way, these numbers I just threw up here willy-nilly, so they're probably not to scale. They're probably all off just to give you an illustration of how the games are going to go. This is your 4th and 5th place teams playing in Game 2. In Game 3 is going to be the Juggernauts versus GTS. That's your 3rd place versus your 6th place. And your Game 4 is going to be between Orthrus Esports and the Trolls. That is your number 2 versus your number 7. So that's your first 4 games in the upper round. So since this is a double elimination, the next 2 games will be Games 5 and Game 6, which are going to be down here in this lower bracket. So this is going to be Game 5 is going to take place between the loser of Game 1 and the loser of Game 2, and then Game 6 will be your loser of Game 3 versus your loser of Game 6. The winners of those 2 games will advance to the lower quarterfinals, where the losers of those 2 games, Game 5 and Game 6, will be eliminated from the tournament. I believe that makes sense. It's much the exact same format as Rocket League Championship Series works, so if you watched that, this will make a little bit of sense to you. Game 7 will be your winner of Game 1 and Game 2, respectively, against each other. And Game 8 will be your winners of Game 3 and Game 4, respectively, against each other. The losers of Game 7 and Game 8 will drop down here into Game 9 and Game 10. So Game 9 will take place between your loser of Game 7 and your winner of Game 6. And Game 10 will take place between your loser of Game 8 and your winner of Game 5. Those 2 teams will advance. Winners of 9 and 10 will advance to the lower semifinals, where the losers will go home. Game 11 will take place between the winners of Game 9 and Game 10, and Game 12 will take place between the winners of Game 7 and Game 8. The loser of Game 12 will drop down there to the lower finals against the winner of Game 11, and the winner of Game 13 will advance to the upper finals against the winner of Game 12. So winner of 12 and 13 playing Game 14, and if the loser bracket winner beats the upper final winner in Game 14, then we will have a Game 15. Much like Cloud9 did in the Rocket League Championship Series, they beat Dignitas in their upper final equivalent in Game 14, and they advanced to the grand finals and beat them again. So it is possible for a lower bracket team to make a run like that. So that's going to be how it goes. I believe that's clear. If not, I can answer any questions as we go. So one other thing I want to touch on is there's 2 different ways we can do this. We can either have us play these games the same way we've been playing them, where everyone just conducts themselves accordingly, makes plans and makes the games and the times and schedules them and plays. If that is the case, then this will take a very long time because you're going to be playing everybody. You have to wait till the game before you play so that you know who you're playing and all that. and it'll take a long time, probably the rest of the month of December, I'm assuming, if that's the way we go. Or we can do it all in one weekend. We can play games 1 through 7 or 8 on day 1, and we can play games 8 through 15 on day 2. And what I was thinking is December 8th and 9th. It's a Saturday and Sunday. We would do it from like 12 to 7 or 8 Eastern, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, and the same 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, on the 8th of December and the 9th of December. Now, if we do it that way, everyone has to be okay with that. Everyone has to be able to make it. If one team is not able to do it that way, then we won't do it that way. So let me know below. I need an answer from every team in the playoffs, Bang Brigade through Strive Esports, if this is something that you would like to be able to do, and if everyone can make it. If they can't make it, then we'll just do it. Find your team that you're playing and knock the game out. I would like to do it all on that weekend. I think it'd be really fun. I'll be casting them. We'll be producing them. We'll be putting them on YouTube, all that stuff, and we'll crown a champion at the end of day 2. If not, totally understand. So let me know below. Let me know in the Discord. Send me a DM, whatever you need to do to let me know what your team wants to do, and also drop your predictions below of who you think is going to win this whole thing. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Like I said, after this tournament is over, we will be posting and discussing the changes to Season 2, and I think they will be good things that are happening down the line. So good luck to everyone in the tournament. I wish you the best of luck. I am Sergeant Clapp, and I am out.